Men come and go as leaves year by year upon the trees. Those of autumn the wind sheds upon the ground, but when spring returns the forest buds forth with fresh vines. Even so it is with the generations of mankind. The new spring up as the old are passing away. The Iliad. The Iliad, made in the 8th century BCE by the shadowy figure Homer, who is also the author of the epic poem The Odyssey. Not much is known about Homer, but we do know that he was probably blind, and he is one of the greatest authors, even today. The Odyssey and the Iliad are considered epics, which is a piece of poetry that is lengthy and talks about extraordinary characters and deeds. These epics are mainly passed down through oral tradition, so someone had to memorize this 600-page book and tell it to other people. The Iliad is about the 10-year-long Trojan War and the many quarrels inside it. The poem contains many characters. On the Trojan side, Hector, Paris, and Helen, while on the Greek side, Achilles, Patroclus, Odysseus, Agamemnon, and Menelaus. The war started when Paris, the son of the Trojan king, and Helen, wife of King Menelaus, went off to Troy together. To get Helen back, Menelaus sent an army to destroy Troy. The Iliad deals with many themes, like fate, pride, and honor. One of the largest themes that I will be diving into is life and death, also known as mortality. The Iliad is a book about war, so naturally there will be lots of death. The poem confronts the fact that death is natural. It does this by giving descriptions of soldiers who have passed to show what they have left behind. In the Iliad, it is made entirely clear that all men are doomed to die, but that we should still live our lives honorably. The Greeks had many different gods for many different things. These gods were said to be immortal, and they all lived on Mount Olympus. They were also depicted to be normal people. They made mistakes, they fought, and they argued. They made you not to be immortal, and it is impossible to become immortal. Like Achilles, who as a child was dipped in the river Styx by his mother, which were said to make anything it touches immortal. For Achilles, though, he was given immortality except in his heel, because he was never meant to become immortal. He was destined to die. Another example of this is the death of Hector. Hector was Troy's strongest soldier, and was represented as the ideal warrior. Even though he was so strong, he still perished. His death symbolizes how delicate our lives are, even if you were strong. The Iliad recognizes that we do not live on in our structures, buildings, or cities, but in who we are as a person. This epic poem helps us to not only confront our inevitable end, but also teaches us about the beauty of our slowly passing world, and to live our life honorably and full, so that we may be remembered, even after our time is gone. Any moment might be our last, and everything is more beautiful because we are doomed. You will never be lovelier than you are now. We will never be here again. The Iliad.